Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatchadeshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, we are live streaming and we're going through the Vaishnav songbook that Achyutananda Prabhu so kindly translated for us. He actually studied Bengali and Sanskrit just so that he could translate this songbook for us. Isn't that kind of him? Because on the original one, it says compiled by Achyutananda Swami. It's not just, he explained, it's not just a compilation. He actually studied Bengali and Sanskrit for a year in order to be able to translate those songs for us. So we're going through that songbook, and this evening we have this beautiful song by Srila Narottam Das Thakur. And if I can just call it up. Okay, good, I found it. It's Radha Krishna Pranamor is the name of the song. The official name is Saki Vrinde Vigyapti, Song 1 by Srila Narottam Das Thakur from his book Prarthana, and it's sung in the Bengali language. So I'll bring it up on screen here. Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna Pranamora. Radha Krishna Pranamora. Jugala Kishore Jivane Marane Gati Aro Nahi Mo Kalindira Kule Keli Kadamberavana Kalindira Kule Keli Kadamberavana Ratana Bediro Para Bosa Bodhu Channa Ratana Bediro Para Bosa Bodhu Channa Shama Gori Ange Dibo Chua Chandanir Ganda Shama Gori Ange Dibo Chua Chandanir Ganda Chamaradula Bokabe Heri Mukha Chandra Chamaradu Labo Kabe Heri Mukha Chandra. Number 4. Gati Amala Tirmala Dibodohara Gale Gati Amala Tirmala Dibodohara Gale Adhare Tulia Dibo Karpura Tambule Adhare Tulia Dibo Karpura Tambule Lalita Vishaka Adi Jata Saki Brinda Lalita Vishaka Adi Jata Saki Brinda Agyaya Koribo Seba Charanaravinda Agyaya Koribo Seba Charanaravinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daseranudasa Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daseranudasa Seva Abhilasha Kore Narottamo Das Seva Abhilasha Kore Narottamo Das Radha Krishna Radha Krishna Radha Krishna Pranamora Radha Krishna Pranamora Jugala Kishore Jivane Marane Gati Aro Nahi Mora. Jai Siddhanta Prabhu, please accept my respectful obeisance.
Jai Gauradas.
Jai.
Haribo.
Prabhu. Thank you for being here.
It could be a short one tonight, huh? Or
You know, the first time I heard this, it's, you know how Karmis, they have what they call the soundtrack of their lives. They have a song, it brings back memories of, you know, high school, childhood sweetheart, whatever. So when I hear this, I don't know whether I first heard Achutananda's tape playing it or whether I heard Uttama Shloka Prabhu singing it in the Chicago Temple Room.
Mhm.
But it would have been 75, 76 with Vishnu Dutt on Mridanga at Kishore Kishori's temple. Dhira Krishna had his own motorhome, and he had this tambura, which he had a Barkus Berry pickup on it. So it was like an electrified tambura. So it when he played it, mic'd it through a little amp, it like it just filled the whole temple room. It just like Gandharva Loka. So I just remember Uttama singing this with Dear Krishna Prabhu, now Bhakti Sudhir Maharaj, playing the tambura, and Vishnu Dutt's expert, playing expert mridanga. And after a full day at O'Hare Airport with Tripurari, Manasuda, Pragosh, Vaish, Suvas would sometimes be there, Naikatma would be there, Divyanga, Jiva Goswami, Rathi Yatra, Raghunath, who's now in New Orleans, the hardcore party, come back, take our shower, run down to the temple room, because I think it was 2 nights a week. Instead of Bhagavad Gita class, it was Bhajan night. And it was like something we all look forward to,
Sure.
And Jai Mira has come all the way from the Big Apple in New York City. Did he now talking about the Mataji's from New York City? So we have Siddhanta here with us, Mira, and Mira is if I have to pronounce the term properly, not a podiatrist, periodontist. Periodontist, right? Periodontist. Can't hear you, Mira. You're silent. Can you turn up your volume, please? You're silent. I don't think you're mute. No, I have to ask you to unmute. Yeah, because you are muted. But I know you're not mute because you're very communicative devotee. I'm asking you to unmute, and I guess you're not seeing how to do that. Do you know where is the unmute button, Siddhanta Prabhu?
Well, she has to roll her cursor over the microphone that's red now with a line.
Oh, in the left corner. Yeah, bottom left corner of your.
Just click on that.
Just click on that. I'm asking you to unmute because you can't see that? No? I hope you'll find it because we would like to hear you. Asking you to unmute. Ask to unmute. Okay. So all I can do is ask you to unmute and you have to do it. I can't do it for you.
The bottom left of your picture.
Bottom left of her picture, right?
Of her picture, there's a red microphone with a line through it.
There's a red microphone with a line through it, and she will not cooperate with us. She will not unmute herself, or you can't find it. Oh no, now she's disappeared completely. Okay, anyway, I'm going to just continue on with the translation. Would you like to read the first one, Siddhanta Prabhu? Jai Nandapatni Mataji Ki Jai. Obeisances to you. We have with us tonight, Mira is joining us to read. I'm trying to get her to unmute, but anyway. So Siddhanta Prabhu, please read the first one.
The divine couple, Sri Sri Radha and Krishna, is my life and soul. In life or death, I have no other refuge but them.
Nandapatni.
In a forest of small kadamba trees on the bank of the Yamuna, I'll seat the divine couple on a throne made of brilliant jewels.
Wow, what a meditation.
Mm-hmm.
I will anoint their dark and fair forms with sandalwood paste, scented with chuya. Does anyone know what chuya is?
No.
Sounds like a flower of some sort, scented with chuya. And I will fan them with chamar or whisk. Oh, when will I behold their moonlight faces? Mira, would you like to read the next one, please? Are you able to unmute yourself? I think you might be successful.
Yeah, I had an issue with the phone.
Oh, good. Okay, glad you're with us. Okay, you get to read the fourth one now, please.
I tried, but it wasn't cooperating with me. So I had to go into the settings and figure it out from there.
Fantastic, thank you. Can you see the fourth translation to this beautiful song I just sang?
Yes, I can see it. Let's
Can you
see.
please read it?
All right. After stringing together garlands of malti flowers, I will place them around their necks, and I will offer tambula scented with camphor to their lotus mouths.
With the permission of all the Sakis, headed by Lalita and Vishaka, I will serve the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Siddhanta Prabhu.
Narottam Das, the servant of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, longs for this service to the divine couple.
Wow. Now I'm really curious to know, Mira, do you know what chuya is? Maybe Nanda Patni would know since she works with plants.
No, I do not
Number
know.
3, I will anoint their dark and fair forms with sandalwood paste scented with chuya. Any idea?
Some kind of,
See, huh?
it could be some kind of perfume. I'm not sure.
That's what we're thinking. I'm going to look this up on Google and see if they have any information. I mean, I'm having my doubts. I'll say scent, chuya scent. Let's see. Chuya fragrance. I think this would probably require some serious research because it's just not like Google's not like, oh yeah, it's chuya, what Radha and Krishna love. No, I'll have to ask the Rasika Prabhus. Maybe they will know. Okay. Now, where's Nirhari and Bhavatarini when you need them, right?
They just had a new grandchild, so they're probably.
Oh, okay. That's what they're celebrating. Okay. So Nanda Patni, I don't know if you've met Mira before. She's a devotee from New York City, and she's
Well, you don't have to do it. Just introduce me. It's Mira, that's enough.
okay. And she loves Harinam. She goes out with Harinam Ruchi every chance she gets. She so much loves Harinam, she actually facilitates the whole entire Harinam party to come and stay over at her place. Isn't that nice?
Yay. No, pranams, Prabhu.
Jai. Okay, so on to our reading here. Working our way through this amazing book, this In Search of the Ultimate Goal of Life, Ramananda Sangvad, which Srila Prabhupada wrote in 1959. Was that the year of Srila Prabhupada's sannyas, 1959? Who knows?
It sounds familiar, doesn't it? Can't remember.
Do you know Siddhanta Prabhu?
No.
Let's see. In which year did Prabhupada retire from family life? I don't know if that's Prabhupada's sannyas initiation. On the morning of September 17th, 1959.
Yeah.
In the 50 by 25 foot deity room on the second floor of the Keshavji Mat, a group of devotees sat before the deities of Radha, Krishna, and Lord Chaitanya. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but that's.
Is that Kolkata?
No, that's in Mathura. The Keshavji Mat is in Mathura.
Oh, okay.
That's Srila Narayan Maharaj's main.
Oh, okay.
temple. Yeah. And Prabhupada's Mahaprabhu deity is still there to this very day. Isn't that interesting? You can go and see it there. Okay, Ladini, Sandini, and Samvit. Would you like to begin, Siddhanta Prabhu? Oh, I have to hit the share. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Mhm.
Ladini, Sandini, and Sambit. Sri Krishna is originally a person with transcendental existence, knowledge, and bliss. His internal energy, or the potency of full knowledge, is manifested in three diverse ways: Ladini, Sandini, and Sambit, which represent transcendental bliss, existence, and knowledge respectively. In the Vishnu Purana, the same is confirmed as follows. O Lord, in you who are all pervading, the Ladini, Sandini, and Sambit energies are all cognizant. Your parts and parcels, the living entities, have obtained the powers that are the perverted forms of Ladini, Sandini, and Sambit. They have done so under the influence of the three qualities of the external energy, because the living entities are prone to be influenced by the deluding energy known as Maya. However, in you, these three energies are transcendental to the qualities of Maya.
Any comments, reflections from anyone on that?
No, not particularly.
So it seems that there's this Sat Chit Ananda has a correlation with Sat. I guess Haladini, is that respectively transcendental existence, and is Chit related to Sandini, and bliss is related to Samvit, I'm assuming. Is that right?
Chit, I think, is knowledge.
Yeah.
Sat
It's
is
the other way
existence.
around. Yeah.
And Ananda is bliss. Is
Right.
Ladini.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to see if there's a correlation between Sat Chitananda and Ladini, Sandini, and Samvit.
Yeah, that's have you got it? Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Who is topmost? Nanda Patni?
The Ladini energy means the pleasure potency. And by this energy, which is his own, Sri Krishna becomes enthused and relishes his happy moods. The Ladini energy is the cause of transcendental happiness for the devotees engaged in the transcendental service of Godhead. The Ladini energy, in her very concentrated form, is the embodiment of love of Godhead, which produces the emotions of transcendental bliss and knowledge. This transcendental love of Godhead, in its mature state, is named Mahabhava, and Srimati Radharani is Mahabhava personified. She is thus described in the Ujjvala Nilamani as follows. Ayor apyu bayor madhye radhika sarvada, sarvathadika mahabhava swarupayam gunar atitvariyasi. Among the cowherd girls, Srimati Radharani and Srimati Chandravali are the principal gopis. Out of these two, Srimati Radharani is the topmost because her position is that of Mahabhava, the highest state of transcendental love of Godhead. No other cowherd girl possesses such high qualities as Srimati Radharani. Premara Swarupa Deha, Prema Vibhavita, Krishnera Prayasi Shrestha Jagate Vidita. Srimati Radharani is love of Godhead personified. She is made of pure love of Godhead. She is therefore celebrated in the universe as the most beloved of Krishna. in the Brahma Samhita 537 describes this as follows. Ananda chinmaya rasa pratibhavitabis tabaya eva nitarupataya kalabi galoka eva nivayas jakila tmabukto govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship the primeval Lord Govinda, who in his original form resides in his abode named Goloka, along with the transcendental cowherd girls, who are always inspired by the feelings of transcendental bliss, knowledge. That Govinda is the all-pervading Godhead. Srimati Radharani is further described by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami in his Premamboja Maranda. Never heard of that one before. The identity of Srimati Radharani is the personified service of Sri Krishna to fulfill his every desire. Her associates, such as Lalita and Vishaka and other friends, are the symbols of her expression of such intimate service. The manifestation of her first youthfully blooming appearance is the result of her using the cosmetic made out of the affection of Sri Krishna. Her first morning bath is in the nectarian water of youthful energy. The gradual development of her youthful beauty is the nectar of her bath in the afternoon. Her evening bath is completed in the water of full-grown youth, and thus the three stages of her youthful growth are compared with her bath thrice daily, classified under the names Karunyamrita, Tarunamrita, and Lavanyamrita. This is the description of her transcendental body. Interesting metaphors. Are you there, Gora? Are you muted? I think he's muted.
He's gone.
No, he's not muted. I'm not sure. Did he disappear, jump off? Yes, he
I
did.
think so.
That's weird.
Our leader has left us.
Yes, he's multitasked himself into oblivion. Yeah. So we'll see. That was a very intimate passage.
Yeah, I never heard about that bathing.
Must say. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. I find it quite rare that Srila Prabhupada actually writes like that.
Mhm.
In some places in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, but it seems quite rare.
So where are we reading from? What is the book that?
Oh God, I always forget the title of this book. I think it's called The Ultimate Goal of Life. Yeah, something that Srila Prabhupada wrote.
Early days.
Yeah, I guess in tandem with translating the Bhagavatam. Well, yeah. I don't know what's happened to Gora.
Haribo, Mary Lee.
Krishna,
Haribo.
Shuddha Sindhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. How are you?
Just normal. It's just that the school now they want to force vaccination among students. for the grade 6 student.
Mm.
So I also sort of panic, a bit scared, because I do not want to take the vaccine for myself and my children, my 2 children.
Mm.
The news came out yesterday. They want the student to take the jab.
Mm. Oh, the world we live in. We've kind of, Gora, he's around, but somehow he just,
Lost
kind of-
connection.
yeah, lost
Ah,
connection, I think. Yeah.
okay.
So we're just,
Yeah, we'll
yeah.
just wait and see.
Yeah. Which vaccines are there in your country?
Pardon?
What country are you living in?
Malaysia?
Uh-huh.
Malaysia. Yeah.
So is Pfizer in Malaysia, or which vaccines are they trying to give you?
All sorts of vaccine. Pfizer, Moderna, Sinovac. Pfizer, Moderna, Sinovac.
I have no idea.
Astra, exact.
Okay, now we have Shuddha Sindhu here from Malaysia. I apologize to everybody. I got kicked out. I don't know why. It seems my Wi-Fi went down. I have our godbrother Mishra Bhagavan. He's trying to get into our Zoom right now from Texas, and he's not understanding how to join in because he doesn't have the option to type in letters for the passcode. He can only type in numbers. We need Sika Rani here right now because she's the tech expert, and we have no idea when she's going to come.
Okay, give do you know what his email address is?
Yeah, can we get your email address, Mishra Bhagavan Prabhu?
It's Mishra_I@yahoo.com.
Okay, hold on. I'm writing this down. Mishra, yeah,
I
at
like in India @yahoo.com.
yahoo.com. Okay, well, you can just listen right now as everybody speaks, or I can call you back once our tech expert arrives. It's up to you. It's your call.
I can just listen. That's all I'm.
Okay, great. All right. So we have Mishra Bhagavan Prabhu here. He's not fully incarnate, but he's one of the original Radha Damodar godbrothers, one of the original commandos of Srila Prabhupada's Sankirtan army.
Hey, give me his email address.
Yeah, he is Mishra _
Oh, I got it.
I
at Yahoo.
at yahoo.com.
I got it. Here.
Are you thinking you
What I
might
need
like?
is-
Go
I need
ahead,
a
Mishra
password
Bhagavan.
that's numbers.
Sorry.
I need a password that's numbers rather than
Yeah,
than letters.
Tell him
doesn't
just to
work.
click on the link I just sent him in his email.
Click on the link that Siddhanta just sent you in your email, please.
Siddhanta, like Sid Hunter. Siddhanta.
Yeah, that one.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Glorious.
Long time no see.
Yeah, since you interviewed me in Mayapur.
Correct.
Well, all right. Let me see. Let me go to the email and.
Just click on the link. I don't even
Click on the
think
link.
I don't even think you'll need the password.
You may not even need the password. Tell me, folks, what have I been missing while I got kicked out, Krishna?
Oh, we finished all the book while you were gone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just see, you do a lot better when I'm not around.
Speed reading.
Okay, I got a Sid Hunter email here,
Oh, good. So click on it.
and then click on the link. Huh? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Open it up with Zoom, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Obeisances to you, Shuddha Sindhu. Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you.
Oh,
Hare
well,
Krishna.
Hare
okay,
Krishna.
I got a meeting ID, date, sign in.
Okay, we hope to see your smiling face.
Okay, let me see here.
Jai Krishna Chandra Prabhu.
Sign
Ki Jai.
in. Let me see what do I do? Signing in.
See everybody, all the
We have-
devotees.
We have a godbrother Mishra Bhagavan Prabhu that's trying to join us. Zoom is giving him a hard time, asking him to write numbers instead of a passcode, and it's kind of, we're trying to help
What do I
him.
put for the password? Oh, I see it here. I can use Gora.
Lowercase.
Lowercase. I think Siddhanta may be saving the day.
Jai.
I like your shirt, by the way, Siddhanta.
Oh, thank you very much.
Prabhu.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, le bon goût. Le good
Le
taste. Le bon goût. Le goût supérieur.
Ah, merci.
Mhm.
Certainement.
Guess you learned a lot of French being from Canada.
Un petit peu. A little bit.
Okay, have we got this
I got
prediction?
an
You
Sorry,
see?
Misha. Misha,
email
but
password. Something's wrong.
what's the problem?
Oh, it said I had an invalid email or password.
Make sure it's lowercase.
Lowercase.
gmail.com.
Krishna willing, we hope we get you in.
GAURA.
Right? And voila, are you going to appear? Nandapatni, did you study some French when you were in England?
Mhm.
Because you're just across the channel.
Yeah, it was mandatory to study French. Yeah.
Mais oui, certainement.
Mhm.
All right. Does anyone want to give me a quick recap before hopefully Mishra Bhagawan makes his appearance?
Well,
We-
we finished the Ladini Sandini Samvit
Okay.
paragraph. We haven't really got further than that.
Okay, you were just discussing or whatever.
Mhm.
Okay, so maybe I'll call up the next paragraph while we wait for Mishra Bhagawan. And oh no, we read up to here. My power went out when you read Tarun Yamrita, Lavan Yamrita. What are those exactly? Those are her baths?
Well, yes, it's a metaphorical description of her body, Prabhupada actually says, yeah, but
Okay.
also her early youth and maturity.
Okay. Shuddha Sindhu, would you like to read about the qualities of Srimati Radharani?
Qualities of Srimati Radharani. As far as her dress is concerned, it is described in two parts. One is made of her youthful brush of modesty woven with shama or black-colored threads turned into a bluish covering, and the second is called Uttarya, which is red due to extreme attachment for the company of Sri Krishna. Her breasts are covered by her sari in the form of affection and anger toward Krishna. Her personal beauty is compared to kunkuma, and her friendship with her associates is compared to sandalwood pulp. The sweetness of her calm sobriety is compared to camphor. These three ingredients decorating the body of Srimati Radharani Kunkuma, sandalwood pulp, and camphor are ever increasingly growing as her youthful beauty. Outwardly, she is very clever and contradictory, while at heart, she is submissive. She speaks with cruel words to her lover, yet her heart is revealed by the flow of tears from her eyes. This emotion is called Dira Maka. The degrees of this particular emotion vary in intensity and are called pragosa, madhya, and mudya, respectively. Her lipstick is the reddish color of her lips due to her deep attraction for Sri Krishna. The outward symptoms of her transcendental sentiments, such as cheerfulness, laughing, shivering, and crying, are her constant companions. Her different qualities may be divided into four categories, namely, qualities pertaining to her person, qualities pertaining to her words, qualities pertaining to her mind, and qualities pertaining to her relationship with others. She possesses 6 qualities in regard to her person, 3 in regard to her words, 2 in regard to her mind, and 6 in regard to her relationship with others. The description of these different qualities is very vividly given in the Ujjvala Nilamani. To avoid expansion of this literature, we will not elaborate on this subject at this time. Srimati Radharani always bears in her heart the sentiment of prima vaishitya, a feeling of the fear of separation even when she is in the company of her consort. This is due to her being very soft-hearted. She is eternally a young girl between 16 and 20 years of age. This period is called Kaisora. She is always accustomed to moving along with her hands, resting on the shoulders of her friends, the cowherd girls. She is always being lovingly attended by her female friends, and her mind is always full of a transcendental pastime with Sri Krishna. Her constant cheerfulness is the fragrance of her body, and she is constantly sitting on the best state of her peculiar pride due to constantly remembering Sri Krishna. Constant remembrance of the name, fame, and qualities of Sri Krishna are the earrings decorating her body. The glories of Sri Krishna's name, fame, and qualities are always inundating her speech. She keeps Sri Krishna enlivened by the celestial drink of the incessant chanting of his qualities. In short, she is the reservoir of pure love for Sri Krishna, and she is full and complete with all the necessary qualification in this regard. She is perfect symbolic representation of pure love of Godhead. This fact is described in the Govinda Lilamrita 11.122 in the form of questions and answers. Ka Krishnasya Parana Jani Buaha Srimati Radhikaika Kasya Priyasi Anapuma Guna Radhikaika Nachanya Jaimiam Kesa Drisi Taratlata Nistura Wam Kuchesya Vancha Putia Prabhavati Hari Radhikaika Nachanya. Who is the generating source of the love of Sri Krishna? It is Srimati Radhika only, who is qualitatively the dearest to Sri Krishna. Again, it is Srimati Radharani and nobody else. Srimati Radharani's hair is very curly. Her eyes are always moving to and fro. Her breasts are firm, and as such, it is she alone who can fulfill all the desires of the all-attractive Hari. Yana Saubhagya Guna Vanche Satya Bhama, Yana Tani Kala Virasa Sike Raja Rama, Yana Saudayadi Guna Vanche Rasmi Pavati, Yana Pativrata Dhamma Vanche Arundyati, Yana Sakguna Gana Nes Krishna Napayapara, Tanra Guna Ganime Kimane Jivachara. Ramananda Raya concluded the descriptive qualities of Srimati Radharani by saying that she is envied by Satyabhama for her unique fortune, and from her alone the damsels of Raja have learned the art of attracting a lover. Even Parvati and Lakshmi, who are super excellently beautiful, desire to possess her qualities and beauty and rise to the level of her chastity. Even Sri Krishna fails to calculate the qualities of Srimati Radharani. Therefore, how is it possible for any mortal being to estimate her qualities? On hearing these statements by Ramananda Raya, Lord Chaitanya said, Prabhu kahe janiru Krishna Radha Prema Tatva, Sunete chahiye dun hara virasa mahatva. I have come to know the essence of love between Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna. Now I wish to hear something about their transcendental pastime.
You read this Sanskrit very well, Shuddha Sindhu.
No,
You've only been a devotee for how long? For 3 years, 4 years?
I think 4 or 5. End of this year, maybe 6.
That's pretty good.
No, just try, just learning.
Siddhanta Prabhu, do you have did this inspire any memories of Srila Prabhupada for you?
No, not at the moment, but very sweet
Yeah,
understanding of Radharani. I haven't heard before.
definitely something that what could be read or meditated on for Radhastami.
Mm-hmm.
Nandapatni, anything from you? Anything from anyone?
No, nothing in particular. It's very metaphorical language, but it's very beautiful.
Nandapatni, I noticed that you kind of raised an eyebrow when the Premam Bhoja Maranda was mentioned by Raghunath Das Goswami. You were saying, oh, I haven't heard that one before. You said something like that, right?
Yeah. No, I guess what I was saying was it was a work by one of the Goswamis that I haven't heard of.
And I looked it up and I have it. It's brief. May I read it?
Yeah, do. I mean, he is known as one of the Goswamis who was the most intimate in his writings, arguably.
It's the Paramboja Maranda Stava Raj, the nectar of the lotus of love. Radha's body is the embodiment of true love, conceived in the most resplendent Chintamani gem, anointed with the sweet-smelling love of her girlfriends and shining with an inconceivable, lustrous splendor. She bathes in waves of the nectar of compassion, a shower of the nectar of youthfulness, and a flood of the nectar of charming loveliness, so that the goddess of fortune languorous in lassitude at her side. What does it mean to be languorous in lassitude?
Well, languorous is kind of lounging, isn't it? You know, kind of in a general sense. But lassitude. That's
not in my vocabulary. Is it in yours, Siddhanta or Krishna Chandra? Languorous?
No, but look it up.
Can't do that right now if someone else wants.
Okay.
Yeah, it says, so that the goddess of fortune is languorous in lassitude. Another word I'm not familiar with, at her side. Her graceful form is hidden by the silken garment of shyness, decorated with the kumkum of graceful beauty and dappled with the black musk of erotic sentiments for Shamasundar. She puts on her natural ornaments, fashioned from the best 9 jewels, shivering tears in the eyes, horripilation, becoming stunned, perspiration, faltering of the voice, blushing, madness, and inertness. 5, she is garlanded with the flowers of wonderful virtues, such as her sweet-tongued speech. She is adorned with perfumed powders, smelling of her sometimes sober and sometimes restless moods. 6, her imperceptible amour propre, that's another French term, amour propre. Her imperceptible amour propre is concealed within the coils of her hair. Her forehead is brightened with the tilak of her immense good fortune. 7, hearing Krishna's name and qualities are the ornaments swinging in splendor and jubilation from her ears. The reddish color of her lips is produced from the betel nut of her obsession for Krishna. 8, the black how do you pronounce that? Collyrium? That's that cudgel, right?
Lyrium, yeah, it's like a mascara, yeah.
Lyrium. Sorry, I lost my place here. On her eyes, the black collyrium on her eyes is the crookedness of her loving affairs. Her body is perfumed by the camphor of her sweet smile, the joking words of spilling from her. 9, there's only 14, so we're almost done. Within the inner apartments of her bodily fragrance, wow, such poetic words. Within the inner apartments of her bodily fragrance is a bed of pride upon which she sits, bemused, while wearing the restless necklace of prema vaichitya, the love and separation felt even in union. Her breasts are concealed, bound with a bodice of wounded vanity. The sounds of her lute. I didn't know that Radharani played a lute. I know that Sting plays a lute, and so does Garuda Prabhu. He also play. I remember him playing a lute back in the Chicago Temple in '76. He was taking lute lessons at the university. The sound of her lute, her fame and beauty, dry up the faces and hearts of her competitors in love. 11, she leans with her lotus hands on the shoulder of her friend, adolescent youth personified, just before beginning to distribute the mead of intoxicating love for Krishna, herself the personification of the erotic sentiment. 12, please bring back.
Gora, hold on a sec. Misha Bhagavan, you got to mute.
Oh, did he make
Your-
it? He made it.
Can you mute your microphone?
Jai.
The external
Jai.
noise that you're rustling in your car
Double Jai. I'm going to
is,
shut you off on the phone. We don't need you on
annoying.
anymore. Jai Mishra Bhagavan, you made it. But can we hear your voice? It doesn't say that I can ask him to unmute for some reason.
Oh, well, can't hear him now.
Yeah, there's try to figure out how to unmute yourself, Prabhu. I can't even ask you to do it. I have no facility to do that. Okay, I'm almost done here. So here Radharani is saying, please bring back to life this very somber nobody who is bowing down before you with straw between. Oh, this is Krishna actually said, sorry. Or is this actually Raghunath Das? You tell me. Please bring back to life this very somber nobody who is bowing down before you with straw between his teeth by sprinkling him with the nectar of your servitorship. I think this is Raghunath.
Mhm.
O Gandharvika, a truly compassionate person will not reject even a rascal if he is surrendered to him. Therefore, please never abandon this person who is similarly surrendered to you. Whoever recites this hymn entitled The Nectar of the Lotus of Love, produced of her mercy, will surely attain service at her lotus feet. Wow, I feel very lucky because I just recited it and
Mhm.
you all heard it. And it means that we will surely attain service at Radharani's lotus feet. What a beautiful stanza.
Mhm.
Wow. That's the Paramboja Maranda Stavaraj. I think I'll put that on my Facebook page instead of Bill Gates. Okay.
I told you he was like the most intimate. He really is, you know.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Pure nectar. Pure nectar. Okay, Krishna Chandra Prabhu, it's your turn to churn the nectar here for us.
Thank you,
Does
Prabhu.
anyone have anything comments to say about that before we move on? I mean, what can you say after reading that, right?
It was good. Well, when you were saying languorous lassitude,
Oh, thank you. Yes.
it
Okay.
means a kind of, you know, a weary kind of tiredness, but which is very pleasant. That's the idea. Mhm.
So it says that the goddess of fortune was experiencing languorous lassitude. So I guess I'm not really sure why she was experiencing that, but I'll go back to it later. Thank you for explaining that. So lassitude means what then?
So lassitude is this kind of tiredness. They're very similar. So languorous means a tiredness or inactivity, especially of a pleasurable kind. So that's languorous. And
Here's the context. She bathes in waves of the nectar of compassion, a shower of the nectar of youthfulness, and a flood of the nectar of charming loveliness, so that the goddess of fortune languorous in lassitude at her side.
yeah, so lassitude is a physical state of kind of mental weariness and lack of energy. So I suppose the idea is that, you know, Radharani is absolutely, you know, outshining the goddess of fortune by all these, you know, stupendous qualities. And the goddess of fortune is not comparable. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, it's pretty amazing languaging. And, you know, I mean, I think Sikarani has said before now, and other people, that, you know, quite a lot actually does get kind of lost in translation into the English language.
Right. Be great if we all knew Sanskrit.
Because you can get, you know, a number of different people translating the Govinda Lilamrita, but, you know, some of it will be really stiff. And then I was hearing Ayendra sort of say that actually Kushakrat's translation was just so full of bhakti and kind of beauty, as it were. So anyway, just a comment.
Yeah, Mishra Bhagavan Prabhu is holding up a sign saying, no sound. Can you hear us, Mishra Bhagavan Prabhu? Are you able to hear us? Because we can't hear you. I guess it's difficult. It's difficult to know if he even hears us because he can't speak to us. I don't know what's going on with his computer because nobody has had his challenges. I wish Sikarani was here. She could guide him. But at least you made it. That's a big step. With Krishna's mercy, maybe we'll be able to hear you. I'm hoping you're hearing us.
There's usually a prompt that says join with audio.
Yes, that's true.
And you need to click on that.
Mhm.
Do you see the prompt for join with audio, Mishra Bhagavan Prabhu? Join with audio. We can't hear him. I see his lips are moving, but we can't hear him. Okay, we'll just have to continue. I don't know what to say about all of this. I hope Sikarani will show up. Okay, Krishna Chandra Prabhu, the qualities of Sri Krishna.
Jai Prabhu. Ramananda Roy replied that Sri Krishna is Dhira Lalita, a person who is very clever, always youthful, expert in joking, free from all anxieties, and very submissive to his beloved. His characteristics are manifested always in his transcendental erotic pastimes. Thus, he is constantly engaged in enjoyment with Srimati Radharani, making a perfection of the frolicsome age of Kaisora. This stage of Sri Krishna's engagement is described by Srila Rupa Goswami as follows. Vacha Suchita Sarvari Ratikala Pragalbhayaya Radikam Vrida Kunchita Lochanam Vira Chayan Agre Sakinam Aso Tad Vaksoruha Chitrakeli Makari Panditya Param Gataha Kaisoram Sapali Karoti Kalayan Kunje Viharam Hari. Sri Krishna perfectly enjoys the age of his adolescence by his pastimes with Srimati Radharani in the bowers of Vrindavan. He takes advantage of the cowherd girls by his expertise in the art of painting. He made Srimati Radharani close her eyes in shame before her friends by speaking words of their lovemaking on the previous night. Then, while she was almost unconscious in a swoon, Sri Krishna, showing the highest limit of cleverness, painted her breasts with various types of makaras, mystical fish.
Why no one can never say that Prabhupada was not giving the highest expressions of
Yes,
Radha and Krishna's divine love.
no doubt.
I've looked up about makaras before. Have any of you heard of
Mhm.
makaras? Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're like a cross between, they're kind of dolphin-like. Krishna always wears them.
Right.
Um,
Like a dolphin and an alligator or something, isn't it? They're unusual.
yeah.
The top most love affairs. Well, I would ask Mishra Bhagavan Prabhu to read this since it would be his turn to read. But it's Mira's turn, actually. Mira, can you please read the top most love affairs? Can you hear? I'll ask Mira to unmute. And I don't even know if she's there. I see her name. I'm asking her to unmute. I'm not getting a response.
Says that she's off camera.
Right. And Bhagavan Prabhu, Mishra Bhagavan, it says I would have to ask. Okay, it looks like you're unmuted, Mishra Bhagavan. Do you have volume on your? I really don't know what are all your complications. I'm sorry.
Is he Galaxy?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
Galaxy J7 star.
Huh.
Yep. Okay, I guess it's back up to the top for me then. All right. The topmost love affairs. On hearing these words, Lord Chaitanya said, Prabhu kahe eho hoy age kaha ara roy kahe ivavai bodhigati nahiar. Yes, this is all right, but please go still further. Ramananda replied, I think my intelligence is unable to go any further. The stage that is yet to be described is Prema Vilas Vivarta, the feeling of original attraction matured by the feeling of separation. I do not know if such a description will be to your satisfaction or not. Saying this, Ramananda sang his own composition, the purport of which is as follows. Pahilehi raganayana bange bela anudina badhala avadina gil anasoramana na hamaramani dunhumana manobhava peshala jani esaki se saba prema kahini kanutame kahabi vichurala jani na Konjalun dutina konjulan an dunhukeri milane mata panchaban abasohi viragat tunhu beli duti supuruka premaki aichana riti. Oh, when we first met each other, the attraction was awakened by simple sight, and such attraction knows no bounds in the course of its growth, because that attraction was due to our personal inclination. Neither Krishna nor myself is the cause of such spontaneous attraction, but it awakened and pierced our minds in the form of Cupid. We are now separated from one another. Oh, my dear friend, if you think that Sri Krishna has completely forgotten me, who is this? Radharani is addressing one of her Sakis. Can anyone follow this? Who she? I'm assuming it's Radharani. Speaking
No, I think she's talking to Krishna, isn't she? Because she's saying,
okay,
when first we first met each other.
no, it's not to Krishna. That's because
No,
because
it's
if
not?
you look, she says, "Oh, my dear friend, if you think that Sri Krishna has completely forgotten me," so she's talking to somebody else other than Krishna.
Mm.
If you
Oh,
think
I see what you're saying.
you
Yeah,
think that Sri
okay.
Krishna has completely forgotten me, tell him that at the first sight, we never required any negotiation. Neither did we search for any messages. Cupid himself was the agent of our meeting. But alas, at this time, oh my friend, you are doing the job of a messenger when our attraction is more desirable than before. I just want to go back
We
here to
came back
see
to look, yeah. Go further.
Ramananda's own composition.
Sang his own composition.
He's actually speaking like a gopi or a manjari.
Follows. Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't actually specify, does it?
No, it's not so clear.
Mhm.
Okay, so this sort of feeling during separation of the lover and the beloved is called prema vilas vivarta, which is the topmost sentiment in loving affairs. Here is another heartfelt description of the same prema vilas vivarta by Srila Rupa Goswami in his Ujjvala Nilamani.
Mm.
Radhaya bhavatas cha chitta jatuni swedar vilapya kramad Yunjad adri nikunja kunjara pate nirduta beda brahmam chitraya swayam anvaranjaya diha brahmanda harmyo dare buyo bir navaraga hingula barai shingara karu kriti. Oh, the king of the pirates. The king of the pirates, Sri Krishna. I never heard of Krishna referred to as
Yeah, I wonder about the translation there, but anyway. Yeah,
oh,
maybe.
the king of the pirates, Sri Krishna, resided in the powers of Gauranga, the creator of the universe, who is very much expert in the art of decoration, has melted the casing of your heart and that of Srimati Radharani with the perspiration of transcendental symptoms and emotions, and thereby removing the misconception of duality. By such wonderful activities, he has painted both of your hearts in order to play wonders upon the universe. I'm just trying to get here. Both of your hearts. Whose hearts is being referred to here? Is anyone following?
He has melted the casing of your heart, and that is Srimati Radharani. I think you touched on it maybe when you were saying that this is Ramananda Rai, possibly, sorry, the verses that you just quoted, they were quotes from one of the Goswamis, no? The Bengali that you just read. Yeah, Rupa Goswami. Yes, I think you were touching on it that this is poetry in the mood of one of the Shakis or Manjaris, no?
I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah,
kind of looking in at the relationship of Radha and Krishna.
The explanation of the sentiment of prema vilas vivarta can only be realized in a pure state of consciousness, freed from all material conceptions. This transcendental subject matter is not to be realized in a state of consciousness that is either grossly or subtly influenced by the material body and mind. External consciousness in relation to material intelligence and mind is different from the pure soul. The mellowness of this transcendental subject is relished by the senses engaged in the divine service of the personality of Godhead. Anything from you yet, Siddhanta Prabhu?
This is above my pay grade.
Me too. I'm actually thinking to find some. Hey, Nirhari is actually here. Is he actually here? I see his name is here, but not a peep from him.
So when you jumped offline, Dora, my comment to Siddhanta was that it's not often that you see Srila Prabhupada, elaborating on this level of intimacy. So this is 1959.
Yeah,
choosing to expound on Ujjvala Nilamani, which he mentions in the Chaitanya Charitamrita,
right.
But he doesn't go into sort of swathes of quotes, like he is in this.
Interesting.
Interesting. That's my observation, and it's rather wonderful to hear it from him directly.
Yes. Nirhari Prabhu, would you like to read Positive Consciousness, or are you unable to do that right now? I think he's taken Mauna Vrata. And Mishra Bhagawan Prabhu has also taken Mauna Vrata. They're remaining silent.
They travel. So many of the devotees that we encounter are in a car somewhere.
Right. Siddhanta Prabhu, would you like to continue then? Positive consciousness. Give us some positive consciousness, Siddhanta.
Okay. The pure state of consciousness enjoyed in the transcendental service of Godhead is only partially manifested in the impersonalists through their negation of material engagement. The impersonal negative conception is simply an antidote for material misconception. It has no positive standing. Such a state of consciousness may be somewhat enlightening, but it cannot reach the positive consciousness of the soul in its pure state. Love of Godhead is a pure and positive transcendental subject. The attraction for matter is transient and inferior, and therefore it is best described as only passing for love. The apparent happiness in the material world is really unhappiness. However, the transcendental unhappiness experienced in the Prema Vilas Vivarta has nothing to do with the unhappiness of the material conception. In concluding this explanation of Prema Vilas Vivarta, the highest stage of transcendental relationships, Lord Chaitanya said, can you move it up a little bit? Okay. Prabhu kahe sadya vastura avadhi e haya tomara prasade iha janilum nischaya sadya vastu sadana vinu keha nahi paya kripa kari kaha raya babara upaya. Now I understand the topmost limit of the ultimate goal of life. This has been possible by your grace. The goal cannot be reached without the endeavor of the devotee and the mercy of a pure devotee. Please, therefore, let me now know the means of reaching this topmost goal. Ramananda continued. Do you want to sing that? You're a better singer than
Roy
I am.
kahi ye kao se kahi vani ki kahi ye balamanda ki chui na jani tribhuvana madhye aiche hoya kondira ye tomara maya nate ha ibekashtira mora muke vakta tumi hao shrota atyanta rahasya suna sadhanera kata Radha Krishnara Lila e ati gudhatara dasyavat salyadi babe nahoya gochara sabe eka saki ganer ihan adikara saki hoite hoya elilara vishtara saki vinna elila pushtanahi hoya saki lila vishtariya saki ashvadaya saki vinna elilaya anyara naikati Sakki bhave ye tantre kare anugati Radha Krishna kunja seva sadya se poya se sadya poite are nahika upaya.
My Lord, I do not know the means of approaching the ultimate goal of life, but I speak to you whatever you desire me to speak. I do not know if I'm speaking correctly or incorrectly. Nobody in the three worlds will not dance according to your wish. In fact, you speak through my mouth, and it is wonderful that you are the audience as well. Therefore, let me say that the transcendental pastimes of Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna are extremely mysterious and confidential. Even those who are ardently engaged in the service of Dasya, Sakya, or Vatsalya, rasas cannot enter into the essence of their pastimes. Only the eternal associates of Srimati Radharani, the cowherd girls of Raja, have the authority to enter into this mystery because this transcendental pastime develops in their association. The fulfillment of the sweetest of all transcendental pastimes depends on the activities of Sri Radha's female associates. It is they alone who expand these pastimes and relish their development. Therefore, if anyone wants to reach this stage of transcendental life, he has to do so in the ardent service of such female associates. Only one who follows this principle can become a servitor of Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna in the groves of Sri Vrindavan. There is no other alternative in this regard.
Wow, what a heavy section, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Haribol, we're back.
Jaya Hari Prabhu, did you hear anything that Siddhanta Prabhu read?
Oh, yes, the last statement. We were at the Rupa conference, and actually the Sangha here had because of his disappearance day, and we heard the glories of Rupa Goswami, and like Prabhupada is explaining here, I just thought there were like some really important points that, many devotees are saying Prabhupada is a Saka, but then what would he give us the Guru Ashtakam word? Nikunjadu no radically siddhai jayali tirapexania. That he's engaged in assisting Radha Krishna in their pastimes. So and now he's really clarifies that the only way to enter them is as a female and as a manjari.
Mhm.
Following the footsteps of the 6 Goswamis, they're all manjaris.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's so. When he read this, I said, "Wow, that's another For me, it's another confirmation.
And some more evidence.
Yes.
More evidence.
Shastra Praman.
Yes.
We
And,
want to go back for a second here in the Hari because we've been sorry.
Haribol, we're both here.
Bhavadrini.
Jai,
sitting-
Baba
Yeah.
Tarini.
We're sitting in a car.
Jai. You're sitting in your Vimana on your way back to Godhead.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. We just came back from Go Loka. We visit,
Our cows.
we were visiting our cows.
Nice.
So,
Huh?
and about
We
it,
have some-
so we're chanting and they were all gathering around us.
Nice. We have some questions for you. We're reading about this discussion between Lord Chaitanya and Ramananda Roy, and Ramananda Roy is singing his own composition here. And in his composition was, oh, when we first met each other, the attraction was awakened by simple sight, and such attraction knows no bounds in the course of its growth, because that attraction was due to our personal inclination. Neither Krishna nor myself is the cause of such spontaneous attraction. So is this is Ramananda Roy like channeling Srimati Radharani here when he says neither Krishna nor myself? Because it myself is capitalized, so I'm assuming that's Radharani. Neither Krishna nor myself is the cause of such spontaneous attraction.
No, it's they don't channel, but they quote her. Is that
Okay,
you'll
not
see that
channel,
in,
but you know what I mean. Yeah. I'm just trying to get
Well,
the personality.
He's not speaking as he's not speaking as taking over the personality of Radharani or Radharani speaking. He's quoting what she says. The verse of his composition
Okay.
is,
Okay.
yeah.
and now
Okay.
you have to also remember he's Vishaka.
That was my question further.
Yeah. Mhm.
So is Ramananda Roy speaking as Vishaka, or is he quoting Radharani? I'm imagining
He's
he's
quoting Radharani.
When
Mhm.
this is capitalized, oh my friend,
Yeah.
you're doing the job of messenger when our attraction is more desirable than before. This is Radharani speaking. So I believe I can see what I can understand.
Okay, so let's go a
actually
little
just quoting
further.
her.
Let's go
Yeah.
a little further.
Oh, there you go.
Ujjvala
It's Goswami and
Nilamani.
his Ujjvala Nilamani.
Mhm.
And so it starts off, oh, the king of the pirates, Sri Krishna. I love that line, the king of the pirates.
I know, they're amazing. Their dialogues are so clever, and he always gets defeated.
Resided in the bower of Govardhan Hill. The creator of the universe, who is very much expert in the art of decoration, has melted the casing of your heart and that of Srimati Radharani. So again, who's Ramananda Roy speaking of here? Speaking as here? Because now he's quoting Rupa Goswami's Ujjvala Nilamani. So is that Rupa Manjari that's speaking? I'm not clear.
Yeah, he's quoting Rupa Manjari's Ujjvala Nilamani.
Well, yeah.
So in the text of the Ujjvala Nilamani is that Radharani speaking. It may be written by Rupa Goswami, but you're asking who's saying those words. It sounds to me like Radharani. And
But then he says he's painted both of your hearts. In order
But how
to
can
play
it be?
wonders.
How can it be Radharani if it says the creator of the universe, who is very much expert in the art of decoration, has melted the casing
I
of
see.
your heart and that of Srimati Radharani? It's a third person.
oh,
Right.
so then it's
No,
it's Rupa Manjari speaking.
That's what I thought.
Right.
Yeah. And actually, when it's a very important verse that Rupa Goswami introduces in this Ujjvala Nilamani that Kaviraj Goswami re-quotes in the first in Adi Leela, chapter 4. It said, Anarpitam Charim Chirat,
Right.
where he's speaking Unatochvala Swabhakti. So Unatochvala Ras is what Krishna comes to experience, and Sri Bhakti Sriyam, he's so wonderful. This is what he's giving, and what it is actually is the love, is the exchange that occurs between with the manjaris. So he gives the love that the Manjaris are experiencing, and that's very high. That's actually when Srimati Radharani is in association with her friends, her Sakis, Vishaka and Lalita. Lalita is kind of bossy, so she's a little more reserved with them. But when she's alone with Rupa Manjari, she confides everything. So Rupa is actually more
The Manjari. Mhm.
Manjari. She's Tadatmika. She's like one with her desires. She knows she can read in advance what Radharani needs, and she will guard the entrance to the kunja if Radharani is in man. You know, sometimes Radharani is so upset with Krishna, so she makes the gopis cover their black hair with white cloth and everything, white flowers, and the whole entire kunja is decorated in white and like that. And
Because
so
they
then-
don't want any black.
they don't
Because
want,
Krishna's
they
black.
call him all kinds of names,
That's
but
a
he
good
loves
one.
it actually.
Listen, we're
But it's,
finishing. We're finishing in 7 minutes. We're cutting this off
Oh,
half
okay.
hour earlier now. So, would you each like to read a section, "Deeper Happiness"?
Sure. Do you want to read? Or,
Sure, yeah.
And I'll read. We have time just for one paragraph or like that.
You read first.
Okay. Sorry, I was a little. Deeper happiness. In the Govinda Lilamrita 10:17, the following description is given. Vibhurapi Sukharupa Swaprakashopi Bhava Chanam Api Nahi Radha Krishna Yogya Riteshva Pravahati Rasa Pustim Chid Vibhuti Rivesha Sayatina Padam Asamka Sakinam Rasagya. Rasagya was the name of the dear devotee.
Yeah, that was he touched his wife.
Yes, and she did so many. And okay, so the transcendental pastimes of Radha Krishna are as self-effulgent as the personality of Godhead himself. Yet, as the Almighty Godhead is glorified by his manifestation of diverse energies and potencies, the pastimes of Radha and Krishna are glorified in the association of the Sakis or female friends of Srimati Radharani. So yeah, one thing is that the Manjaris are like expansions, reflections, for example, of the beauty, the form, the beautiful form of Radharani. That's Rupa, that's what her name, Rupa, form. Then you have Rati Manjari. So each one has a quality, outstanding quality that is actually Radharani's. So it's really
Nice.
So you want to read the next two?
Sure. Where is it?
The Sakis
Activities.
up here.
Oh, the activities of the Sakis are very wonderful. They do not desire any personal enjoyment with Sri Krishna, but become happy only by uniting the divine couple. By uniting Srimati Radharani with Sri Krishna, the Sakis enjoy 1,000 times more happiness than they would derive by direct contact with Sri Krishna. This is another mystery of the transcendental pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So we just read that this verse using the word Manjari, and it said Krishna, Radharani enjoys, I don't remember how much more time than Krishna, and then the
1,000 more times.
no, because the Sakis were 1,000. Oh, actually, that's a different verse. Anyway, the gopis like Lalita and Vishaka, they actually do have enjoyment with Krishna, but the Manjaris never want that. They only want to unite them.
Mm-hmm.
But they experience vicariously. They experience everything that goes on, and they are able to come in and out of the kunjas, no problem. Nothing is barred for them. Whereas Lalita and Vishaka, they wouldn't. And to say that, oh yeah, well, some sakas are the Madhurya Ras, is that what we read before is said that those other rasas cannot enter the topmost ras. unless they are female servitors of Sri Radhe. And I don't know, we're still reading from
The goal of
teachings of
life. Yeah, no, it's the goal of life. This is Prabhupada's.
We have 6 pages
19th
left.
line.
We have
Yeah.
6 pages left to finish the book.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
okay.
great. And so Govinda Lilamrita is another book by the Kaviraj Goswami, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami.
Could you
So
finish?
should we
section,
keep
Baba
reading?
Trini?
What?
Did you read? You
Oh,
finished?
did you want me to read more?
Yeah,
That
can
was
you
in
carry
the
on?
paragraph.
Or
Okay,
just finish this. It's in little sections, this whole book.
okay. This is explained in the Govinda Lilamrita 10:16.
No, you missed the
Sakya
No,
Shri-
a
the
little
whole
bit further
section.
back.
You missed the Srimati
Yeah.
Radharani.
It's a good.
Oh, I see. Srimati Radharani is the desire creeper, embracing the desire tree of Sri Krishna. And the Sakis are the leaves, twigs, and flowers of that desire creeper. So naturally, when the desire creeper is watered at the root by the nectarian water of the pastimes of Sri Krishna, the leaves and twigs and flowers of the desire creeper are automatically nourished. The Sakis therefore do not require any separate arrangement for their enjoyment. Or, on the other hand, the happiness of the flowers and leaves is greater than the original creeper. This is explained in the Govinda Lilamrita 10:16. Sakya Shri Radhikaya Vrajas Hamuda Vidur Ladini Nama Sakta Saram Sa Prema Valya Kishalaya Dala Pushpati Tula Swatulya Sikha. I am having a hard time reading the make
can
it
make it
larger.
bigger there.
Okay,
Yeah.
there. Sikya Yam Krishna Lilamrita Rasa Nichayar Ulasan Yam Amushyam Jatolasa Swasekachata Gunam Adikam Santiya Tani Nachitram. There is no utility in watering the leaves and flowers of the vine without watering the root of the tree. The leaves and flowers are automatically nourished by watering the root of the tree. Similarly, without the unity of Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna, there is no happiness for the Sakis. When Radha and Krishna are united, the happiness of the Sakis is thousands and thousands of times greater than when they are personally associating with Krishna.
Nice. So we'll have to wait till Monday for the great mystery. But my
Mhm.
question is that Monday is Janmashtami, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely so.
And Srila Prabhupada's appearance.
Today is day 2, Prabhupada's appearance day. I was just thinking, Prabhupada, if I would have come, a little earlier, but sorry, I was traveling and then I was a little sick
It's okay.
for a couple of days. So,
sorry.
but I was thinking, maybe we could read from Prabhupada's diary. This is, I think, day 2 since he left. We celebrated the departing in 65. It took him a month and 4 days to arrive to Boston. And the devotees were talking about, I think it was Bhagavat Maharaj that was talking about Chaivan Maharaj.
Ivan Maharaj.
You know that he was actually a marine merchant. And
He was the
marine
first person in
merchant
North
section.
America to see Prabhupada get off to Jaladuta.
Right.
Yeah, and he ended up becoming a devotee. But on this is like how is a vine, Krishna is a tree, then the Radharani is wrapped tightly around the tree. The leaves are the sakis, and then you have the manjaris proper, those flowers. And when there is something that the vine moves with the wind of emotion of ras, then everything else tremble. And so the manjaris, that's how they experience. So they want the they want them to be together. See, Radha Krishna Yugala Milan. There's a song about that. Milan means the meeting. So they always arrange in that way. And I was reading, Sridhar Maharaj was saying, a few devotees quoting, must be from the Goswamis, actually it's from Bhaktisiddhanta and Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It says, this chanting here in Vrindavan, nah, but I want to be in Kurukshetra, where Radha Krishna are needing me now, because they're mantaris, so they're assisting for them to be together. And in Ratha Yatra and all the feelings that Lord Chaitanya is having, is Radharani manifesting the feelings of separation. She wants to bring him back again. He said, in the youth, when we were in the shores of the Jamuna, underneath the tree, Kadamba tree, and you were playing the flute and the fifth note. Is this place, there's horses, you dress, it's different.
Chariots.
There's chariots and all that. So there is some meeting that. So yeah, Bhaktivinoda Thakur spoke like that, and so did Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So they were expressing their, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Kamala Manjari and Bhaktisiddhanta's Nayana Manjari, and they're expressing their feelings in that way. So yeah, they don't need to experience direct. They don't want it, because their experience of ecstasy is 10,000 times more powerful than what even Radharani experiences, or the Sakis. It's a mystery. But what I like to
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, it says they're nourished by the watering of the pastimes of Radha Krishna. So that's Hari Katha. That's how we're gonna experience everything. Is through hearing the pastimes or Hari Katha. All of them, all those four principal rasas, when we hear about them, there are some real amazing funny ones. But it's funny, each particular, like the sakas, they cannot enter Vatsalya. There's not their ras. So when Krishna is tied down to the mortar, Dinabandhu Prabhu translated Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur book, or he commented on it. He said the boys, his friends come and say, "Oh, Krishna, what did you do? Now you're in trouble." But they cannot untie him.
Mhm.
And it symbolizes, according to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he says they cannot, because that's not their ras. They're not. So
hands up. Here comes Mother Yashoda.
Right. Watch
Here
out.
comes what?
Mother Yashoda.
Mother Yashoda.
He's all mine.
Yeah.
I want to thank our
Chasing up the stick.
I want to thank our godbrother Tejas Prabhu for making an appearance here, a silent appearance. It looks to me like
Oh,
Tejas Prabhu.
Tejas, the original Tejas Prabhu?
The one and only
Oh.
Tejas Prabhu.
He's
muted.
I met you in New Delhi many, 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 many years ago, and it was 1976. And I was in Vrindavan, and we were just about to leave back to US. And I introduced Tejas and Gopal Krishna. I'm not sure he was Maharaj yet. So that's my first meeting.
Jai. We just got a message from Siddhanta Prabhu. He already left, because we actually officially finished 7 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
He said need to sign off, getting up at 2 a.m. to interview Karandar tomorrow. He's interviewing Karandar.
Wow.
So is he going to Brazil to interview Karandar, or
I
Karandar
don't
is
think
back?
he's going there, but probably going to do it. I'm guessing he's just doing it.
It's a video thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe Zoom.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's going to do that regarding the installation of Rukmini Dwarkadish. Hari Bol, he says. So, yeah, so I don't know what we're doing for Monday. I went on a really long Japa walk today, and Krishna blessed me with 2 Indian gentlemen on my path on the way home. And I got talking to them for about a half an hour, and I said, I'm not looking forward to doing Janmashtami by myself. Maybe if you like, I can come over and celebrate Janmashtami in your backyard. So they took my number. I'm just saying this to you right now because I don't know what I'm doing for Janmashtami. It's on Monday. I don't know. I guess if I'm not going anywhere, I'll just come online and read Krishna book. But probably all of you are going to some mandir, except maybe Krishna Chandra. I don't know.
Unfortunately, I don't think I can go anywhere. So,
Yeah, you're with your mom. Yeah,
exactly.
doing the son's dharma.
Doing the best.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Jai.
Mata Seva.
Always to the service.
So shall we just leave
Yeah.
Monday tentatively open until like I know what I don't even know what I'm doing myself.
Well, it's a nice idea. I'm sorry, you were gonna say, Nanda.
You're
No, I mean, I'll probably be at the mandir.
right.
Although the program will be going till probably 10 p.m. or midnight
Right.
in the marks.
Right. So I mean, if anyone wants to come and use the Zoom and read, you're welcome to. You all have the number. It's also your Zoom. You can utilize it. I'm not going to commit because I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just letting you all know.
Okay.
I'm definitely open to that.
Raganuga.
I'd like to do that.
You're definitely open to
Oh,
that?
you could come.
Absolutely,
You
yes.
could,
Okay.
you could come and read.
Yeah.
Yeah,
would love
read
to.
10th canto. You know,
Yeah, that'll be
the
wonderful.
appearance is so lovely. Yeah. Mhm.
All right. So I've got a couple rounds I'm going to finish now, but I want to thank everyone once again for coming together. Thank you, Tejas, even though you've remained totally silent, but at least we see your contemplative face in your photo. And maybe we'll actually hear some drops of nectar from you one of these days. And thank you, Shrida Sindhu, coming all the way from Malaysia, and your Hari Baba,
Yes.
all the
Haribol Sudha Sindhu.
Hawaii. Aloha to you, and please accept my respectful obeisances. Vanchakalpa, Trubhyascha,
Patitanam Pavanebhyo
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bo.
Haribol, Haribol, Prabhuji.
Hari Bo.
Haribol.
Hari Hari.